Hello common people, this is the Common Reviews and I am your lovely host Pepse. Stories about powerful genies trapped inside of a bottle or a lamp is a familiar story. Almost every one of us has seen that in Aladdin or so on. How about a modern story? Warning, I am going to spoil this movie, so if you want to watch it by yourself, go do it now because I'll wait you right here. 3000 Years of Longing is a 2022 romantic fantasy drama directed and produced by George Miller. It is based on the 1994 short story named The Jinn in the Nightingale's Eye by A.S. Biat. Story tells us about Professor Ali Bini, a woman of successful career in science who is taking a trip to Istanbul. There she makes a purchase, an antique bottle that has a surprise for her. While washing the bottle she releases a jinn, a genie for a more familiar term. This jinn then offers Alithea 3 wishes, like the story tells us. And she is in for a conundrum because she sees that she has a very fulfilling life that needs no magical wishes. Also, she's a woman of science, so of course all this genie business rocks her world more than enough. I really like this one. Movie is mostly in Jin's reminiscing his past, while he tells Alithea why he was trapped in the bottle. We go thousands of years in the past, meet some historical figures of legends and more plausible history. I found these stories really interesting. When Alithea accuses Jin for being a trickster, he shares this unlucky story that starts with Queen of Sheba, who was a lover of Jin. In all his unfortune, King Solomon comes in and takes Queen's love for himself, and traps our Jin in a brass bottle, and birds throw it into the Red Sea. All these stories lead little by little closer to the present, where Alithea is stunned, but still kinda unable to make her wishes. Historical places we visit were glorious and characters in them interesting. We see glorious kingdom rise and fall within the story as Jin spends thousands of years in his tiny prison. The way these stories were told is like reading a book, so when I watched this film I was so sure that these lines come from the pages of the actual story. But as I know now that the original story is a short one, I kinda like how they made it like this. I would have spent so much time on this book and really dig how they put things in words. There was absolutely no dull minute. I was glued to the screen to see what happens to the Prince Mustafa, son of Suleiman the Magnificent, or what Ibrahim, brother of Murad IV, was up to as he loved more voluptuous women than usual. Story-wise, some things bugged me. When Alithea first was speaking in a conference about beliefs and mysticism, we see a weird phantom that calls her speech rubbish while charging at her. Others don't see it, but she loses her consciousness. The spirit was never ever talked about again, and she didn't even ask Jin about it, which was weird. So that one is a mystery. Also the story in the end goes that Alithea wishes for Jin's love, which goes against what she says in a bit, because she was so sure that she didn't need a lover anymore. She was free and happy as she was, but I guess that was a lie. She wanted to be loved by a supernatural being that she only met a little while ago, but who am I to judge? Overall, this movie was like a really good story. It didn't have action or high stakes, but it had some tension. And it had heart. Jin, who has seen so much, has so much to tell. And he really knows how to tell those interesting stories. I like Alithea's character as a stern woman who knows what she knows and questions what she doesn't. Even when she has to abandon her belief that supernatural doesn't exist, she does not just jump to it. She is cautious. That is she being tricked by a trickster genie or something more wild. In the end, love wins. And no matter how cheesy it is, I enjoyed it. But this was my review about 3000 Years of Longing. How did you like it? Did you find interest for this movie based on this review? If you did, or if you decided that this movie is not for you because you can't stand love stories, click a like, subscribe for more. As this was brought to you by Common Reviews and spoken by your lovely host Pepsi. I'll see you in the next review and goodbye.